I think I had a huge number of bugs. I still have way more bugs than Danny, I think, just in terms of actual mental debugging. Right. So talk about creating heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Danny didn't have an S1 emotional belief in this, but we kind of agreed he could cultivate it over time.
What does that mean? Heaven on earth?
What that means? Well, right, and it's interesting. Notice that when I think about this, it actually is a bunch of like math and science stuff that comes into how I think about it. Where like, I would say like, imagine like everyone's immortal and we're like a interplanetary or intergalactic species, and like there's no war or famine, and like everyone has access to fantastic education, and there's like billions and billions and billions of people living very, very deeply fulfilled lives and exploring the galaxy and having an absolute blast. I think that is probably a lower bound on how good things could be if you had like a way bigger brain and we're thinking about it, right? Like that's like here, that's here, the lower bound, and like the actual like in your utility function, that's here, and like there's actually stuff way up here that you can't even think of, but it's actually way higher in your utility function, you just don't know it. Mm-hmm. And like you can kind of try to like see what the stuff looks like up here. Mm-hmm. It looks like imagine like everyone uploads into a computer, and you know what I mean, like we're all in like, and we can live in like, you know, n-dimensional space, and like we can like take all of our consciousnesses and like meld them together into one super consciousness and live this like one mega being. It's hard to imagine that, you know what I mean? But like probably if you're code and he's code and I'm code, like there's probably tons of shit that can happen in terms of like just things that are very, very hard to actually experience.
When I do this motion, like try to continue the story.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's very good that you're doing this. I realize purpose, vision, mission is actually comes from you. Like the mission maybe like, you know, Danny strategic and things, but like the purpose and vision is largely, you know, you.
Right.
And so it's actually bad that we thought like Danny comes up with a damn thing. For inspirational things, it's like rough. Because you just have way more emotional valence.
Yeah. I think it's actually good for me to talk a little bit about some of this stuff, like value function things.
Yeah.
Because this is how, like when I explain it to Ryan completely gets it. Yeah. So he's a good test, and other people can slowly learn.
That's good.
This is like how I explain some of these things. So there are a couple of key concepts, but it's like one common question is like, well, we all have different value functions. How do you deal with that? And the answer is like, yes, we all have different value functions, but like the world that I just described is pretty, like if you evaluate that world, it probably comes out with a pretty high ping. And if I evaluate that world, it probably comes out with a pretty high ping. I mean, and there are probably worlds that are way better than that in both of our value functions, right? So we can get pretty damn high in terms of our value functions before there's like a trade-off of like, oh, well, to get higher in Stevens, we have to reduce RAFs, or to get higher in RAFs, we have to reduce Stevens. So like, yes, that's a problem, but down the road, but it's sort of tangential. It's not a blocker to getting to a really high ping. Right. I think it's crucial if people have read science fiction. I think it's crucial. I think Ryan is one of the things is he read science fiction, and so he comes with a lot of models. I'm like, we probably without any major, without anything super funky happening with AI or anything like that, we're probably bound to be an interplanetary species, and we probably will have significantly lengthened lifespans, and maybe we'll become immortal. You know what I mean? Like that. If you read science fiction, those are kind of in your S1 as reasonable beliefs. People that haven't read science fiction, I think it takes many more inferential steps. Should we just keep telling the story?
Yeah. We can. You can bounce back and forth. Okay. I think we can do story. Make sure we just have that and talk about values and stuff in as much as it comes up, and then we can also have a discussion that's like lay out all the values. That's one way of doing it. Mm-hmm. If you feel like it would actually convey the things more or be helpful to you to just bounce back and forth, then that's fine too.
Let me try a little bit of mission and vision stuff before we go back to story.
Okay.
So